Imagine the fear, just going about your day, filling up your gas tank, and knowing somewhere out there, a sniper could be watching, waiting.
Chilling thought, isn't it?
That was the reality for folks in the D.C. area back in 2002.
The Beltway Sniper attacks.
We're taking a deep dive into those attacks.
Not just the attacks themselves, but how a car, something we see every day, became such a weapon of terror.
Exactly. And at the heart of it all were John Allen Muhammad and Lee Boyd Malvo.
A partnership, yes, but much more twisted.
Almost a warped father-son kind of thing. And that's what really gets me.
The psychology there is key to understanding this whole case. Muhammad, the older one, clearly the dominant figure.
Preyed on Malvo's vulnerability.
Exactly. Molded him, a young kid, into a killer.
Okay, so let's get into it. October 2002.
3 weeks.
3 weeks of terror. 13 people shot, 10 killed.
And seemingly at random.
Gas stations, parking lot.
The school playground, even.
Nowhere felt safe.
And that randomness, that's part of what made it so terrifying, right? It wasn't about specific people.
Just everyday life.
Attacking the very idea of going about your day.
And their weapon, a Chevy Caprice.
Modified it, turned it into a mobile sniper nest.
Like something out of a movie?
Cut a hole right in the trunk. Could shoot from inside, concealed. Lying down, imagine that. The skill it took to shoot accurately from a moving car like that, let alone the planning.
And then the whole white van thing.
Yeah, absolutely. The human brain under stress, fascinating, isn't it? It latches onto details, even wrong ones. Witnesses reported a white van at some of the scenes.
Turned out to be a dead end.
Misinformation snowballing, leading investigators in the wrong direction.
Makes you think how easily we can be manipulated, whether it's misinformation or even that direct control that Muhammad had over Malvo.
No doubt. And we have to remember the prevailing theory about Muhammad's motive. He wanted to kill his ex-wife amidst all the chaos to get custody of their kids, using the sniper attacks as cover, a distraction, horrific. And Malvo, just a teenager, caught in his web.
Like a cult leader almost, exploiting that need for guidance, twisting it into something deadly.
Exactly.
Can you imagine the fear back then? Everyone was terrified to even step outside.
I remember seeing gas stations using tarps, trying to shield their customers.
Schools went on lockdown.
Terrorism 101, isn't it? Paralyzed through fear, disrupt everything, break down that sense of security a community relies on. And for a while, they did just that.
But then, a break in the case.
Ballistics finally linked the shootings.
And a tip led to their arrest, October 24th.
A crucial tip, no doubt, but what really broke the case wide open, a fingerprint. Malvo's, at an earlier shooting in Alabama. Shows you how interconnected things really are.
It's crazy how one little thing can change everything.
Emphasizes the importance of that forensic work, Never know what tiny detail might be the key.
Justice was served, eventually. Muhammad executed in 2009, Malvo serving multiple life sentences. But the trauma lingers. Those scars on the community, they don't just disappear. And the whole country had to wake up to the reality of homegrown terrorism.
We thought it was something that happened over there. But the Beltway Snipers, they shattered that illusion. Violence can erupt anywhere. Fueled by personal grievances, by twisted ideologies, and it can happen right here.
And for survivors, first responders, the families, the psychological toll of living through something like that, it's impossible to overstate.
Absolutely. And let's not forget, the victims weren't just statistics. They were real people, with families, with lives that were irrevocably changed. We have to remember their stories.
This whole deep dive, man, it's been chilling. Makes you think, how vulnerable are we to this kind of random violence? What did we learn from it, and are we really ready for the next one?
We've come a long way in terms of security since then, sure. But the truth is, no society can completely eliminate the risk. The Beltway Snipers, they're a reminder. Vigilance, awareness, community resilience, those are crucial, always. But even more than that, it makes us ask, what can we do as individuals, as a society, to prevent this from happening again? To stop vulnerable minds from being manipulated, radicalized? To stop the next tragedy before it starts? That's the question I hope stays with you.
Something to think about, for sure.
Absolutely.